Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is part 2 of a 3-part series on TryHackMe's GitHub repo vulnerability series. So let's get started. This one's called Git Happens. We'll fire up that machine. While that's running, we will get our OpenVPN connection fired up as well. Okay, and take note of your tunnel, which probably a more user-friendly way to do this is quad 10. TryHackMe has a little web page that does the same thing. And this, of course, is our street address for today. For all things and all shenanigans, right? File uploads, downloads, reverse shells, everything you want to do. Okay, and then we will create a working directory. Always a great habit to get into. Okay, and let's see where we're at. We got an IP. So let's go out there and just see if we get a hit on the web. Okay, wow, we got a login page at port 80. Now, when I see user input fields on a website, the first thing I'll do, because these are all real quick and easy enumerations, is I'll do single quote, and see if I get any type of output to the screen in the form of an error or just anything. So we're not getting anything there. I'll go right into an admin default credentials just to see if we get lucky. Sometimes developers leave these by default, and that was admin password. Nothing there, but hey, we were there. It was quick and easy. Robots.txt. Okay, interesting. We have a little disclosure here on an Nginx version 1.14.0, which this is a WAPalizer, which confirms the same thing. Excellent. You can get this for a plugin for Firefox as well as Chrome. Easy download. Tells you some interesting information either way. So we don't have a hit there. Now, one other thing before I go into a full-blown directory busting scenario is, because it's Git, I always look for a .git file. The directory is here. Now, this is a violation, security violation, because obviously you don't want any looky-loo being able to access this on the interwebs, right? So I would screenshot this. It would definitely be written up in a report. Now, looking through the folder, and once you work on these for a while, you just get to know what's really important. And objects is where all the crown jewels are stored. Okay, these are all just directories. They're all packed or compressed alphanumeric ID tags. And, you know, this is what they look like. Obviously not human readable in this form. But this is what we're going to be looking at and enumerating further to see if there is something sensitive. Okay. So, because we're not on GitHub, we can't use git clone to pull this repo down, but we have another method I want to show you. Real kind of a poor man's git clone command here. Okay, and that's wget. Okay, and then obviously the IP address. Now, the one thing I'll add here is the recursive tag, so it pulls down the entire directory, entire repo. Okay, this might take a moment because there are a few files here. All right, 102 files. So let's see what we have, or let's make sure we have what we think we have here. Okay, there's our .git. Excellent. And there it is. In slightly scrambled order from what we see on the screen, but we have our objects, we have everything we need here to work. Okay, so a couple new commands I want to show you for those not familiar. Git log. The git log command will literally show you a table of contents, if you will, for their journal entries. And you can see everything's time-stamped by commit. So you got author, the date, and then if they left a note, which is nice, they did. So you can kind of get an idea of what's in that file or what was the update. So using the down arrow key, you can go through this whole thing and just sort of look at notes and what they're doing here, okay? So the second command I want to show you to enumerate this is the git diff command. Now, it accepts 2 arguments and it compares one directory to another directory. So we just have to grab a directory, okay? And compare it, space, with another directory. And yeah, let's take a look here. And as you can see, it's unpacked it for us. And now we can just go look through it and see if there's anything. Obfuscated the code so the hackers can't hack it. Okay. Interesting. But I didn't really get a hit there. That's okay. Go back here again and let's try another directory. So just looking at some notes here, security says obfuscation isn't enough. They want me to use something called SHA-512. And then we saw that update. And then this is interesting. Hopefully security will be happy because he obfuscated the source code. Well, let's check his work, shall we? Okay, and scroll down here a little bit and see what happened here. Okay, there's the code. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? I don't think Boss Man's going to be happy with this. So there we are. We have hard-coded credentials. And that looks like that could be our flag. Let's see. And it is. All right. So, step back, lessons of the room. I think we're getting it hammered home pretty good that it's a really bad habit to be leaving hard-coded credentials in our GitHub repo. Okay? So we need to get out of that habit, number one. If we're guilty, we need to remediate it by going through our code and cleaning it up. You know, deleting these breadcrumbs. Okay, which you saw we use git log and git diff to go through that. Now, if you have a lot of code, it's gonna be a little tedious. So the other tool that we visited last week is really handy for that, for the bigger job. So if you go out there, go to Git tools and look for the German spelling, Internet Wasch. And we only need the extractor for a job like this. And you can see it's a really small 110 line bash script. And I'll just show you how quick and easy this is. Okay, remember we gotta make it executable. All right, and quick syntax check. The usage says give it a directory and a destination. So we know that that's where the crown jewels are. And then we can just make up a name, whatever we want. Okay. And then lickety split, it unpacks everything. And then we can use our handy dandy grep tool, right? Native to Linux. Use it recursively on a directory. Small I for ignored case. And then a keyword that we want to search, which is password in this case. Pointed at the directory. And let's add some color just to make it easier to see. And look at that. This is how quick and easy grep will go through an entire directory. So that would be a way to take on a much larger job in a very efficient manner. And you can just simply just go through, look at your password variables, look for any values that are sensitive, and then of course get to deleting those, right? So I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the forums. Happy hacking.